Okay, good morning to everyone. So today we're going to present about the Maxis. And for the first question, what is the relationship between strategic management and the corporate governance? Corporate governance is the system of rules, practices, and processes by which a firm is directed and controlled. Corporate governance essentially involves balancing the interests of a company, many stakeholders such as shareholders, management, customers, suppliers, finances, government, and the community. Since the corporate governance also provides the framework for attaining a company's objective, it encompasses attaining a company objective. It encompasses practically every sphere of management, from action plans and internal controls to performance measurement and corporate disclosure. These both are interrelated and dependent on each other. Corporate governance are the set of management that will control and monitor the activity to achieve the strategic management of the company. The strategic management decisions are based and limited to the corporate governance that being set by the company. Governance mechanism designed to ensure the strategic decision that the best serve the interests of the entire group of stakeholders. Without the shape of corporate governance, the management would not achieve its strategic management level. Next question is that does CSR, corporate social responsibility, create conflict with corporate governance? So it creates conflict with the corporate governance. Okay, my first point is that increase in the CSR expenditure may be consistent with the firm value maximization if it is a response to changes in stakeholders' preferences. And then we agree that firms, insiders, managers, and large holders may seek to over-invest in CSR for their private benefit to the extent that doing so improves their reputations as good global citizens. The expenditure of CSR that using a huge amount of money due to respond on stakeholders will raise a conflict in interest. Maybe a person who most favor the CSR activity may get private benefit and the advantage through the high rating CSR. It would have create conflict between the shareholder. In order to identify the potential conflict, every shareholder and high management should be aware among themselves about their background and also the firm characteristic with the CSR activity. Next, I'll pass to my member.
So I will elaborate more on the question 2. Does CSR create conflict with corporate governance? So in my opinion, I can say that what I understand about CSR and corporate governance, if we see it in the definition terms of both subjects, we can say that it does arise a conflict because corporate governance is something that the company set rules, laws, and practices that the company need to practice in order to protect the shareholder profit maximization. However, the CSR is contradict to the corporate governance, where CSR is something that companies do to contribute more to the society, but also to get something favorable for the shareholder. But the simpler terms that I can explain about CSR and corporate governance, we try to save to maximize our shareholder profit. However, CSR is that we need to spend in order to bring a good reputation for the benefit to the shareholder. So what I can say is like corporate governance is like an that's what in definition term we can see that it does arise a conflict. But when we see now, actually the corporate governance has become an umbrella, and the CSR is a part of that umbrella, that both are practices well in the company, which means the fusion of both two elements can bring good result to the shareholder back. But in terms of Maxis, in the story that we read about Maxis, is that they are doing unnecessarily on their CSR by using so much cost to just it's just to spend on the CSR by doing such very big amount program. I think that they are doing it unnecessarily because CSR is not meant to be you must save the environment. CSR can also be that you do something for the goodness of your employee, because employee is also, we can call it a society. When company can spend less in their CSR but give the better impact other than spend more just to establish a name, I don't think it's a good CSR practice, because in corporate governance and the CSR also, our main point is to protect our shareholder maximization. That's what I understand and I would like to present today. So the next point maybe will be explained by my friend.
So in my point, it's like CSR does create conflict with the corporate governance. In this case, Maxis pay too much attention on their CSR activities or programs until they neglect their customer services in terms of their internet subscriptions and also the services they provide. This will reduce the profitability of the company, as customers will not be satisfied with the services provided, and eventually they will switch to other suppliers. In this case, Maxis CEOs is overconfident to overinvest in their building of reputation as a social company. A contrary association between corporate governance and CSR's choice might occur as a result of higher internal and external regulation through the diverse corporate governance mechanism. Consequently, the corporate governance should decrease the insiders' incentives and opportunities for CSR by overinvestment. Maxis, which overinvest in their CSR activities, leads to the downgrade of the quality of their internet connections, as they are putting efforts to maintain the quality as well as spoiling their reputation due to poor customer services and their internet subscriptions. In order to produce good financial results while considering their CSRs, it is important for the company to have a balanced interest of their customers and to meet the public requirements for CSR's compliance. That's all from us. Thank you.